tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Hi everyone, welcome to Dharma Earth's Dose of Dharma, and this is your Dose of Dharma for today. So today we will continue on the blessings about that is attending upon mother and father, okay? I would like to share this sutta from the Anguttara Nikaya with everyone. So this is from the Anguttara Nikaya, chapters of 2, Sutta number 31, 32. I will just give a summary, okay? Buddha says he will teach the bhikkhus what is a person of no integrity and a person of integrity. So what is a person that has no integrity? So a person of no integrity is ungrateful and unthankful. This ingratitude, this lack of thankfulness is advocated by rude people. That's why it is entirely on the level of people with no integrity. Then, a person of integrity is grateful and thankful, and this gratitude, this thankfulness, it is advocated by good and civilized people. It is entirely on the level of people of integrity, okay? Then the Buddha started to say, Buddha says, "Oh monks, and let me tell you, there are two persons not easy to repay in the world. Who are they? That's your mother and father." The Buddha said in this sutta, even if you were to carry your mother on one shoulder and your father on the other shoulder for 100 years, and even if you were to look after them by massaging, by helping them to take a bath when they are not able to, by rubbing their limbs, and even if they were to defecate and urinate right there on your shoulders, and you clean them up, even in the way of taking care of them, you will not be able to fully repay your parents. Even if we were to establish our mother and father in absolute sovereignty, that means you give them the power over this great earth, okay? And they are abundant in the 7 treasures. 7 treasures means like horses and companions, and elephants and jewels and all that. Even if you do that, you will not be able to repay your parents. And why is that so? Like, for example, think of it. Even if you make your parents, okay, the President of the United States, even if you do that, you will not be able to repay your parents. Why is that so? Because the parents do much for their children. I mean, this generally, okay? Of course, there are exceptions in the world, but generally, parents do much for their children. And they care for them. They nourish them. They introduce them to this world. But if there's anyone, who rouses his unbelieving mother and father and settles and establishes them in faith, okay? And he also established them, helped them to establish themselves in virtue. So previously, maybe the parents didn't know about virtue, didn't understand virtue, didn't understand what is good behavior, didn't know what is good bodily action, didn't know what is good verbal speech. But if he managed to convince them and manage to guide them towards being a more virtuous person, this is also good. And the third one is if he manages to establish them in generosity. Maybe the parents are stingy, but he managed to convince them and guide them to go towards generosity. And also, if one is able to guide his mother and father and establishing them in wisdom, in understanding the laws of nature, then to this extent, one will be able to repay one's mother's and father's kindness to us. Okay? So other than taking care of parents, these are some of the very good ways that you can help your parents and repay their kindness. And when you do that, definitely this will be a very blessing for yourself. And also blessing for them too, Why? Because Even if you give them good food and provide them with all the necessities of life, but if they are not established in generosity, if they are not established in virtue, if they are not good people, then their defilements will torture them. Isn't that so? First, in that very world, their defilement will torture them, whether it's anger or whether it's craving. The craving creates thirst for sensual pleasures, thirst for company, thirst to do something to fill up one's mind, one's heart, to know how to deal with bad feelings, All this, if we never guide them, and if they don't know, then they will continue to suffer from the sufferings that the defilements bring them in that present world. Isn't that so? And also, because of not doing wholesome deeds and because of doing unwholesome deeds, then that accumulates bad karma too. And ultimately, that bad karma, when it ripens, it will ripen in such a way that it brings them suffering and non-prosperity. Alright? So if one is able to guide their parents in generosity, in faith, in virtue, wisdom and discernment, then actually it is very, very helpful for them. So it's just like, I say a story and I think you guys will be able to understand it. For example, if there's a poor person that comes into a house, you give him a bowl of rice. That's good, right? That's good. But if you teach him how to earn money, how to grow rice, for example, how to grow the paddy, how to loosen the earth, and how to do that. If you teach him farming, he is able to do it for himself, and he is able to reap the results of the seeds that he sowed. Isn't that so? That is even better, right? So if one tries to establish the parents or tries to guide the parents through faith, towards virtue, towards generosity, and towards wisdom and discernment, and guide them how to take care of their defilements and how to relate to their uncomfortable feelings that arises time to time, then we are helping to do them a very, very big favor. We will be like the one who teaches them how to get rich and not suffer from hunger in the future. And in this way is one way that we can repay them. Alright? So hopefully this will encourage everyone to be able to guide your parents to doing good, to have faith, to have virtue and morality, to practice generosity, and also to develop wisdom and discernment, hopefully this life. And then hopefully you guys and your parents will have a blessed life. Okay? So this is your dose of Dhamma for today. And I wish all of you to be able to experience this blessing in this present life. Alright? And accumulate much merits from this good practice. And wish all of you to be well, peaceful and happy. And may all of you be able to attain path, fruition and Nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.